A peony fever took off. The rich and powerful would vie to impress one another with gifts of the plants from wherever they could be found. This meant that the gardens of the wealthy were turned in somewhat random fashion into peony propagators. Let us cast our imaginations back over the centuries to the glorious Tang Dynasty. It's late April. The ladies and gentlemen of the court are enjoying the verdant beauty of the spring. The peonies are putting on their finest display, and suddenly there amongst them, amidst the sea of fragrant whiteness, a red bloom has appeared. It's an omen from heaven. Red is the emblematic color of the Tang. From then on, the peony was not simply a medicinal herb or a decorative beauty. It was a marker of social and political status, a sign of heavenly approbation. "5 o'clock in the morning, a new day begins at a Japanese temple to the sound of the prayer bell. The ancient imperial temple of Hasadira is the oldest Buddhist temple in Japan. Its layout follows rules dating from the Tang era. The peonies here are also said to have dated from that time. Today they are holding one of their most important annual ceremonies. The whole country is focused on the events in this small town of 20,000 people. The procession mounts the 399 steps of the ancient covered pathway. The climax of the ceremony arrives. Whether because of its aesthetic qualities or because of the mysteriousness of its life cycle, the peony takes the starring role. The finest specimen of the season is presented to the Buddha. This ceremony has been repeated annually for over 1,200 years. The temple has 150 varieties of peony and nearly 7,000 individual plants. It's a peony lover's paradise. In another age, Empress Wu would have looked out over a similar scene and felt quiet satisfaction that her best-loved flower seemed destined for eternal glory. The Tang poets celebrated the peony in over 260 poems. The Loryang red enjoys 40 on its own, while white and purple colors share in the rest. The poets of that classical age could scarcely have imagined the cavalcade of color yet to come. 200 kilometers away south of Luoyang lies Baiyun Mountain. With a 95% forestation rate, it's honored in China as nature's own museum. Each April, Li Xingor comes here to commune with the peony in his own special way. Deep in the mountain is China's largest high-altitude peony garden. Li believes that only here can the peony be seen in its true glory. Far from the overcrowded cities, the peonies sleep at night. Only their most ardent admirers will be privileged to see such a sight.
月光下是自然的看牡丹，牡丹那种自然现象啊，它在休息。人的最美的状态都是在休息蜜蜂的眼那种状态。它那个牡丹，当它这个夜里看牡丹的时候，它这个不开那么大，半合不合的时候，在月光下朦朦胧胧的感觉，那最美。
Li Xingor is a peony painter. Through close observation, he sees the details of the peony's life cycle and what this reveals about its character. Here Li depicts the final moments of a group of peonies. From brimming potential and ecstatic fluorescence to fading glory and fall, Li understands the peony as a simulacrum of all life. Li's peony obsession, from its original wild status to the man-made varieties, has taken a philosophical bent.
到底牡丹啥样？我要看个真面目。是的，每年看，每年都有吸引我的那一张。这个牡丹，它跟人家不一样，跟旁边植物真不一样。它跟这个中国文化大概结合的比较紧，我从来没见过。
To this day, the peony continues to inspire and reward all who come close to it. When the peony was first mentioned in the 3rd century, Sean Nong's herbal classic, red peonies yet hadn't appeared. The Dan in its Chinese name, Mudan, may refer to its reddish roots. So from these roots in medicine, its beauty elevated it above all the others to become the king of flowers. The oldest variety in China is the Yangshan peony, found on the Yinping Mountain in Anhui Province. They remain true in form and substance to the classic wild peonies of ancient times. Both chance and destiny have played a role in shaping the place of the peony in Chinese culture. A beauty under heaven without compare. It stands among men, the sole exquisite fragrance of the air. Year on year, decade by decade, century after century, the reputation of this people's flower soars high in the skies. From a single seed to a bloom of 500 petals, a gift of nature or the hand of man. How do the nurserymen reset the peony's clocks to make them bloom in winter? Can a legendary purple bloom, described by scholars a millennium ago, be recreated in modern times? For the first time, the secret life of the peony is revealed. Please join us for the next part of The Peony.